your friends' smiles will be there, and your topic can be absolutely anything.
Good evening, guys. My Pecha Kucha is going to be about something that I feel very personally about, which is the 8th of March, which we all just celebrated as Women's Day. Now, Women's Day is when brands and men and women and NGOs and my dog tell me that as a woman, I can be bold and confident and smart, like I'm fucking Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. But guess what? Guess what? There's a problem with that. There's a problem with that, because here's what happens. I'm asking you for gender equality. I'm asking you for respect. I'm asking you for equality. And you're giving me flowers and cakes and a fucking 1,000 rupee Big Bazaar voucher, which I'm not going to ever use in my life. So is it common sense or not to say that men and women have equal rights? So what the fuck is going on with all the Women's Day messages that we just got? Here's, by the way, a WhatsApp forward. Now, by now, some of you are already thinking that I'm a feminist, and maybe I am, for sure I am, but you all think of it as a bad word, like almost a gali, like she's a feminist. She hates bras, she hates men. I don't, I love my lingerie and I love my men. But the problem here is that we think of feminists as bad people. While we are at it, let me also tell you some of the other things that I've been called over the years. I've been called bossy, too strong. I've been told that I belong to the Mahila Mitra Mandal. Maybe I do, I do raise my voice. And secondly, Jappreet, he's not here, but I think he thinks that I'm a boy. That's what he's told me. I don't know why he thinks that. But Jappreet thinks I'm a boy. He needs to tell me why. But here's the one which is my favorite, okay guys. I've been told I'm a ball crusher. Now let me tell you this, there is so much joy, there is so much power in being told that you're a literal and metaphorical ball crusher. It's like a superpower that I can use, and suddenly the situation is absolutely in control. So well, I am a ball crusher, that's where we are at. So this is not theory. I'm hardly qualified to give you the gyan or the feminist movement is really too long for me. I'm not well read enough to give you the theory. This is not a rant, though some of you might think that this is a rant. Maybe it is. This is my life. Today I'm picking up 4 anecdotes from the last 1 year of my life where I was made conscious of the fact that I'm a woman, and I duly gave some shit right back. So I was having lunch at this small, I'm not stereotyping, but a small Muslim, the kind that serves excellent non-vegetarian food, and me and a guy friend of mine, and the waiter comes and says, "Sir, kya khayenge?" And of course, sir looks at ma'am, and sir and ma'am gave an order together, and the meal is fantastic. Post which, it was my turn to take the check. So I said, "Please bring on the check," and I'm going to take the check. And I have my wallet ready, and the waiter comes and he's like, "Sir, check." But he already knows that ma'am has her wallet out. I take a deep breath and I say, "Bill to ma'am pay karengi." He looks at me and the shades go from surprise to shock to amused and finally embarrassed, and I did take that check. So that's what happened one time. The second time now, my grandfather passed away in October 2016. Now in Hindu rites, in the crematorium, women are not supposed to go beyond a certain point. It's just the men. At which point my mother just stood there and I said, "I'm going, are you coming?" She said, "I'm not coming." I said, "Okay, I'm going." And then I'm right there where the body is being put to rest. And this relative tells me, "You're being called by your mother." And I said, "No, I'm not." My father is grieving right there. He's about to light the pyre, and a relative comes to him and tells him that ladkiyon ka bhara hota hai. My being there would have been a burden on my dead grandfather lying there. My father didn't react to it. I was right there. At which point, a relative who I'm very fond of, he comes to me, he puts a hand on my shoulder and he says, "Beta, tu dar to nahi jayegi." How can I, as the only woman in a crowd of 100 men, when the fire is being lit on my body, he just felt I couldn't take it. It was too strong a visual for me to take it. And I said, I won't get scared. I'm right here. I want to be right here. And now you guys need to know this, that my grandfather was a lion of a man. Not even for a single day in all my life did he tell me that you can't do this because you know you're a girl. And yet as he lay there dead, my relatives had the audacity to tell me that you're not allowed to be part of his last rites. And guys, I cannot for the life of me tell you the pain and the anger of that day. Brings me to my third anecdote, which is when we all know unreasonable clients. We know how those calls go. Something's just not working. We're not able to convey to them what the problem is. There's a man on the call and there's a lady on the call, and they're both being equally unreasonable. I'm on call with a senior colleague of mine, and right when we put the call, and he's obviously very frustrated, and he says, "She's a bitch." And I breathe in. It's absolutely inappropriate. And I take a deep breath and I decide, I said, "But you know, he was being equally unreasonable." At which point my colleague does realize that he was being equally unreasonable, and guess what he says? He says, "She's a bitch, but you know what? He's stupid." And in my head, I'm like, dude, bitch is right up here and he's stupid. And in my head, I'm like, no. If she's a bitch, he's a he's probably, I'm forgetting this, he's a dick. And I say, no, you know what? Dicks are harmless. He can't be a dick. And for the life of me, I couldn't find a word which had the kind of bite that bitch does. Because bitch has such a bite. You guys give me a word that's not feminine and has the same bite as bitch. I can't find it. So now, we get accused of this so often that as women, we dress to impress, we dress to seduce, we're out there to just do it for someone else. And I say, well, maybe we are putting on red lipstick and we are wearing a certain dress. I have 2 points to counter this. One is that there's enough and more men out there who realize the power of good grooming, and thank God for those men. I want to look at Gaurav and I want to look at Monish so much right now. Thank God for men who put the effort. Thank God for men who know it's not okay to come with dirty fingernails. I mean, that's not rocket science. And my second argument to this is that, yes, guys, and you guys need to please allow me a moment of self-indulgence here. It is self-indulgence, truly. Yes, I'm wearing this skirt, and yes, I'm wearing this lipstick. But does that take away from the fact that I'm giving you a brilliant presentation right now? So I think this is not about Gyan. This is just what happened to me, and this is what I truly feel, that my brother, my father, my grandfather, so many of my friends in this office are true feminists. Whether we label ourselves that or not is not important, but there are so many people who are going to give it right back. I am going to give it right back, and when I do give it right back, some of you will decide to call me a so when I do decide to give it back, some of you will call me a bitch, and you know what? I'd be very honored if you do.